Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Welcome back.
So we are in round 3 with two of our undefeated players. Thijs is on the right. He is one of the people that are in the chase, really, for Jelle Geesling's position in the Outpost Gent leaderboard. Ruben is a newer player. I don't think I've seen him yet.
He's played a few times at league events, but definitely more on the casual spectrum.
Yeah, so he is 2-0 right now.
Yeah.
That means something. I sort of hope that we will also in round 4 see one of the other followers for Jelle. So we still have Frederik Mortier in the chase as well.
Cool. 1 second.
Okay. We have no idea at this point of what the decks are that these players are playing. From Thijs, we have seen a bunch of blue-red decks from blue-red Eldrazi, blue-red Topters, blue-red Control. It's definitely his favorite color combination. So let's see if he stays true to his colors or if he branches into other parts of the color pie. And away we go. Roll for starting player. That's a 4 for Thijs and a 6 for Ruben. So our newer player is in the lead. And let me just remind you that Thijs, together with Frederik and Jelle, are the top 3 currently of the leaderboard. And Jelle is currently playing. I don't see who Jelle is playing against right now. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just checking who Jelle is playing against. So all three of them are playing somebody who's not in the top 3. And from Thijs, we are seeing, I guess, MonoW Monument. And Ruben looks to be on. Maybe he is the black-red improvise player. Yes. Or the black. Yeah, it'll be black-red vehicles against MonoW Monument, I think. So 2 very aggressive decks. With Ruben the potential for the fastest starts, Thijs the potential for the biggest mid-game bursts, and with the more late-game staying power. But Ruben, on the other hand, has the burn, the reach to finish off the last couple of points, and of course more possibilities for removal to be in his deck, so he can turn into a more controlling version, but I don't think that's a good plan against MonoW Monuments. And that's the Vanguard, which is an interesting addition to the MonoW Monument deck. Not one I would have thought of straight away. So we have 2 aggro decks against each other. Black-red vehicles versus MonoW Monument here.
Yeah. The Monument deck, living up to its name, really a lot more good.
Yeah.
It's gooder with the Monument in play.
It's gooder, yeah.
I mean, most of the decks in Gentry, they're very happy to see their rares, but they can function very well without. The MonoW Monument deck is, I think, probably most influenced by the presence of the Monument early on.
Okay, and we have the train. one of the more hyped cards that never really delivered. It still looks like such a beating, that card, but
I mean, it's really good in Gentry.
it is, but it's not. It's not one of the scary staples.
I think probably because by the time this card came out, Control was so popular, and you only have to get rid of one creature to really, completely stop the vehicle.
Yeah. So what was that? Is that the rare, the vampire rare?
I think it's
I think it is, but I don't know the name.
no.
No. This one makes a vampire token, and if you have a bunch of tokens, yeah. And the other one, the black one, is the fixed Dark Confidant, right?
I have no idea.
Ruin.
Hilariously unfamiliar with the.
Yes, me
Vampire.
too. Ruin. I think it's Ruin something. There we go. Ruin Raider. Isn't that? I think it's that.
Looks like it.
So it's a conditional Dark Confidant.
Still hilariously good.
It's decent.
Actually, apparently we can just ask, and people in chat will give us the card names.
Ruin Raider. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. Raider. Rather. Ruin Rather.
Yeah, thank you. I can see the spelling mistake. I was,
Rawr.
being grateful for the many, many fans we have.
The gentle muffin showing off all of his knowledge again.
And then you spelled Gustwalker with 2 Ks.
It's good that it wasn't with 3 Ks. Okay, back to the game. We still have Thijs with a very God damn it! What's the fan bearer? Bearer. That's a favorite of Gentle Muffin as well. Fan bear.
Yeah, the fan bear.
Bear.
But Gentle Muffin, just so you know, at least one of the casters is actually very pleased with your help. The other one is sitting next to me.
So what I was saying is that Thijs is playing a bit of an unusual approach with the Adantu Vanguard, and the Fanbearer has become rather widely adopted at this point as a control element in it. Otherwise, it really is just a dumb aggro deck.
It is such a very synergetic deck.
No. Yeah.
If
So the Legion's landing has flipped. Because of the attack. There we go. I hate double-faced cards. So from now on we have a Kildorn outpost.
Basically, yeah. Except lifelink.
Now I realize it's Adanto, so that's why he's playing the Vanguard. Yep. Okay, and another Gust Walker.
To really just keep up the pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, on the other side we had the Weldfast Engineer, but currently no artifact to get it running.
And at this point, Thijs just wants to raise. I think you want to, send in and exert your Gust Walkers. Just as often as you can because you're basically almost there.
Yeah. He also has the fan bearer to control the aggression from Ruben's side.
Yeah.
So this is what I said before you actually got here, that there's a very distinct back and forth in how these matches develop, in Ruben having the faster start, Thijs having the best mid-game explosiveness, and then in late game, Thijs has the better late game with his monuments, but Ruben has the reach to finish up a game.
Ruben definitely has the burn.
Yeah.
I think what we can what I wouldn't be surprised to see would be tapping a creature with the fan bearer now and then in his turn, and then maybe just trying to go all in.
Yeah. Yeah. Ruben adding quite a bit to the board here. So that's the
Nothing that can stop a flyer.
no, but he can.
You can do a significant amount of damage, but I don't think he'll get near 17.
So he's not attacking? Well, he doesn't need to get near 17 because he's constantly threatening burn to finish something off. What's the red one?
Inventor's Apprentice.
No, the bottom one. The one that gives haste.
Speedway Fanatic?
Yeah. So I'm actually surprised that he didn't choose to crew an attack, because that was a 7 power trampler with just one attacker. It does just get fan beared, but Ruben's already at 7. I thought he was still at 17.
No, that's why I was so much in favor of
the double tap down.
The aggro attack, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just swinging. What else? He has the cloud feather in his hand. And I think that's not cloud feather.
Maybe it's in 2 words.
How many eagles can there be in Magic? That's manageable. Dawn feather. So he has the mana for this, but he's choosing to go Conquistador.
Probably.
They don't get flying. I thought they get flying as well.
Well, next turn he can, his second creature with Exert will on tap, and then you can swing for lethal in the air. It's quite unlikely that Ruben will have an answer for that.
No, he can't. The Gustwalker gets +1/+1 and flying.
Yeah?
Yeah, then it's lethal in the air. Yeah. And in the meantime, he has the fan bearer. Yeah, zop. Also, I have a feeling that Ruben is missing.
I don't think he has any cards in hand, so this is basically.
Yeah. Juju.
If Des sees it, which apparently he does.
Yeah.
Just confirming, what the card actually
Read
says.
the card,
says
explains the card. Yeah. Yeah, I want to point out that Thijs still has cards in hand. Yes, they're all Legion Conquistadors, but still, that's not something that's so easily overcome.
If your entire deck is built around an artifact that makes all spells cheaper.
Yeah.
Just,
Also, the Gustwalkers with the Dawn Feather Eagle are really good.
Yeah.
Getting to attack again next turn with Exert is just huge. It's such a strong finishing possibility.
The entire deck is just full of synergy. All it needs is Path to Exile. Please reprint it.
I think this is the first time I see Dawn Feather Eagle in this deck, and it's very fitting.
I've seen it once, facing Des from the other side, and it was not fun.
I'm actually considering sleeving this deck up for the championship on the 30th, but that's so boring.
The 30th of
December, the store championship.
Oh, cool.
So we get an unlicensed disintegration. to stem the bleeding. Two, 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 two. He actually attacked with everything. So that's 4 in the air and getting his board decimated.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of attacking with everything.
Why not?
Because you have more than lethal in the air, and now you know you can.
But now he forced him
to block with everything.
And he's not paying 4 life to make the Vanguard indestructible.
Yeah, I wonder why. He's at 3.
He's at 14.
Thijs?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe he's afraid of the burn.
Yeah, I mean, a freighter here with a 3-point burn spell would have killed him on 10. Yep. But I know, we still had the blocker in the Eagle. Yeah, that was... it wasn't even according to plan for Thijs. He didn't get his monument. He had to pay the real cost for the Conquistador. He didn't really have the what's it called, the bounce 2/2
aviary mechanic.
Aviary mechanic.
Yeah. That card is just silly when you have the monument.
Yes.
You can actually just, when you have 2, pay 1, make a token, bounce the other 1, pay 1, make a token, bounce the other 1.
Yeah. First time I read it, I didn't see that it said another. So I thought it was whenever you drew it, it was like...
There is a line in Modern that says that, which is played in the Modern variant of this deck with Flash.
Yeah, I know
and then
it.
just keep bouncing it.
Yeah.
It's basically tap a mana, make a token.
And this is also the type of deck that its power level can just explode when something gets printed that pushes it over top. Like this deck was this deck was barely a deck, and then we got Legion Conquistador.
Yeah, just a lot of good white creatures.
They lost Thraben Inspector and got Legion Conquistador.
Yeah.
I got the feeling that the Conquistador actually does more in this deck than the Thraben. And I know that's blasphemy, but...
I mean, the Thraben is card, what you want with this kind of deck is just consistency.
Yep.
Basically, your entire deck is just going to be play sets of things because you want to hit, the cards for your aggressive game plan.
So we already saw from Thijs that he brought in 2 Fragmentize and another artifact removal spell. So he is targeting the vehicles. He is hoping that he can catch Simon putting too many eggs in the vehicle basket, because that's sort of what this deck does.
Do you think that's correct? I mean, because who is the beatdown?
I think the beatdown is very clearly Ruben in this.
Really?
Yes. Ruben is the one who can have a more oppressive start. His creatures are bigger in the first 3 turns. As soon as Thijs gets to swarm the board, he's taking over, and at that point, Ruben's only path to victory is burning away the last 7 points.
So then you agree with Thijs, going the more control route.
I think that's the safest plan for him.
Yeah.
I don't think that he can warp his deck into something that stops Ruben on board in the first 4 turns. Because for every 2/2 Thijs plays, Ruben is playing a 2/3, a 3/2 or bigger.
So, given that if Ruben recognizes that part of the matchup, what do you think we can expect out of him after siding?
From Ruben, I hope to see more removal. I hope to see shocks, magma sprays, just everything he can do to punch through more damage or throw the last bit of damage at Thijs' face. I think he's an underdog in this matchup.
Going to 4? No, 6.
Yeah. I think Thijs has the bigger chance to win purely on a deck field. but it would be my plan to go as aggressive as possible into this white deck.
That actually looks a very solid hand from Thijs.
Yeah, I like the cat in this deck.
Yeah.
It,
I mean, most of the things he plays is just good value creatures, and the cat is, a good value creature.
for a long time, I disagreed with that. I think it's really good in the God Pharaoh's Gift deck.
Mm-hmm.
In the God Pharaoh's Gift deck, it's a staple, but it's better than I originally gave it credit for. Because there's so few one toughness creatures in the format beside tokens, and you don't want to trade your cat for 2 tokens really.
Depends.
What, he chose not to block the apprentice?
It's a 1/2. Isn't it?
I thought it was a 1/1 that got. It's a 1/2. Yeah, I thought it was a 1/1 that got +2/+1.
What's the black one?
The Rune Raider again.
Yeah.
So no 2-drop for Ruben. Like I said again, I think he needs the 2-drop. He needs the full-on aggro. That's the
Fairgrounds Warden.
the Warden. So we're seeing Thijs playing this control game now.
I don't know if that was intentional, for just his hand. I mean, it's definitely a main board card for him.
Yeah, sure, but it's still. He could have gone Conquistador, force pressure, but that's not how he's gonna win this match.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of really want to stop the, alternative version of Bob.
There we go.
No trains for you.
Yeah, and at this point, that early aggression is completely halted, and Thijs is going into the mid-game mode where he just becomes really oppressive.
And clearly in a controlling position.
He's playing the Sunscorched Desert here. That's interesting.
It's a damage.
It's a damage. But once you get into your aviary mechanic loop, it's not a token. So
No.
especially in this deck, the way I constructed my version, it barely uses colorless mana anymore once the monument is out. So in my version of that deck, this would be a misplaced card. But in his version, that is playing a slightly slower game, which I like from him. It's a lot more controlling than I made the deck. And again, this bishop, for example, it's not the bishop. Cleric? God damn it. What's the vampire's name? The rare
on
one.
the right?
Yeah. Muffin, help us out.
M-A-V-R-E-M.
Mavrum?
En op het einde. Ja.
So it's a legendary.
Ja? And it's off the board.
With unlicensed disintegration. That's the only removal spell we've seen out of him right now, right?
It's really only the only one you want to, play in this deck.
You don't want shock.
Less?
I think every red deck wants shock somewhere in the 75, and I think most of them want it in the main deck. Thijs very aggressive with his lands. So Thijs not getting this mid-game explosion that his deck needs to overcome Ruben. And Ruben just keeps a steady pressure on. It's nothing impressive, but it's enough to keep the life totals fair.
Definitely stay in the game.
Yeah. But Thijs still has a Conquistador in his hand, right?
Yeah, I think he does. I'm not going to go check their hands.
No. So the cat coming in as well is interesting. I think that signals an artifact removal spell, possibly.
But even then, the cat would still die. Because it's the 1/1 versus the 1/2 then.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Of course, it's a lure to push through the other damage.
And very sneakily gaining 1 life.
Oh, he actually has the correct token.
I think that's also a reason for that attack. Sometimes you need to show off that you have the correct token. Especially on camera.
It's schmexy. It's how the cool kids say it these days.
Well,
I read it in a book.
you'd know. You spy on them all the time.
That's an awfully big word for it. Okay. So I'm guessing Thijs does not have a Conquistador in his hand, because that pocket army would be very good on this board. So that's a Weldfast.
Engineer. That'll make the Skyskiff, a lot more threatening.
Yeah. And an Ether Chaser. It looks like Ruben is playing the mid-game boost strategy here. So as long as Thijs doesn't actually get something like an aviary mechanic, like a monument.
I'm kind of curious as to why Ruben didn't attack with the Skyskiff there.
Yeah, me too. I guess he's scared because it taps down 2 of his defenders, but what is Thijs going to do?
I mean, he taps down 1 because he needs to tap 1 to activate the Skyskiff.
Yeah, so it taps down 2 of his defenders. The crewing and the skiff itself.
Well, no, it taps on 1 of his defenders, is my point.
Yeah, sure.
By the same token.
But it looks more defending like this.
I mean, I think that part of being scared or wanting to keep blockers behind is kind of the wrong thing to do.
Yes, that's what I was saying. With this deck, you want to push through as much as you can, so that your splash damage becomes enough. And I think
kind of reminds me of one of the first guides for MonoW I read, which said if you're blocking, you're already losing.
I think Thijs is holding the 3 damage to attacking or blocking creatures.
I think it's 2.
It's not the talent slash. It's the 2 mana one. Yeah.
Oh. One of the Gideon's approach.
So, why did Ruben tap 3 mana? He played a Night Market Lookout and...
Is it 4 mana that he tapped? Another Wellfast actually.
Ah, yeah. So, that's lethal. No, it would be lethal on himself. So tapping the Night Market Lookout and double boosting the Sky Skiv is good for 7. No. So
I mean,
I think that's...
If he had attacked with the Sky Skiv before, then it would have been lethal.
Yeah.
This is 7. If he has the
Well,
supernatural stamina, then it's lethal.
what? No, what are you doing? 1, 2, 3 blockers.
And 4 attackers.
Yeah, but he just blocks,
He
the
everything on
3.
the ground and goes to 1.
Yeah, I don't think I would have done this. I mean, you have lethal in the air.
Oh, hang on. No, he has 5 attackers.
No.
Oh yeah, one is tap for Kuhn.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Well, yes, he has 4 other attackers.
So yes, with Thijs kan. So this is lethal.
What? No, like I said, he has the...
Yeah, but without that it would have been...
Yeah, but he chose not to block with his token. And with his cat. Could have blocked one of the Wildfuzz engineers with his cat and survived.
Yeah.
And now he's completely open, but Thijs has 1, 4, 5 power.
Also think I have nothing in hand for Ruben.
Yeah. So Ruben still has an artifact in his...
He just passes it to him.
Yeah, so... I think that was a swamp. Oh, Ambient Krebs also tried to help us.
Yeah.
No idea who that is.
I'm sensing very much a cookery theme.
The Gentle Muffin and Ambient Krebs?
Yeah.
Could this be
The chat is making me hungry, so please stop.
Please, somebody make 15 different accounts named after pastries and post it.
Yeah, the most original name will, you'll make them a cake.
No, the most original name will win bragging rights for having the most original name. Isn't that enough? Isn't
for me
that
it is.
enough? It's some random. Where are you from, random? And welcome to the Gentry leaderboard event, ladder event, where we have mono white monument facing off against black red vehicles in Gentry, which is a budget version of standard that allows only 4 unique rares and or mythics and 15 commons. Best format in the world, really. And welcome, you have a cool nickname there.
Yeah, I think this officially means that we're big in the States.
Yeah. We were big in... now next is big in Japan.
I think, just by comparison.
Ooh. I keep forgetting what the name of the 3 damage spell is.
I'll go check.
Ooh, yeah. So the Rune Raider is back, and this is Ruben taking over this game that we actually thought was pretty much over. Yeah.
Eat you alive, man.
Thank you, Ambient Krebs.
Oh, yeah, oh, shit, man. Okay, guys, now Gawa.
Oh, there is the aviary mechanic.
with the token creation.
Nee, dat doe je al. The power grid. Electrical engineers. Oké, ik zal met power grid.
So see, Ruben just needs to keep up the pressure, force Thijs into jump blocks.
Yeah, it's definitely a close one. That's another world first engineer.
That's another engineer, yeah.
And then a license in his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kill.
Well, Thijs isn't scooping yet, so maybe he does have something in his hand.
Lethal. Block. Okay, yeah. So 1-1. We're going into game 3.
Game.
Yeah, not in the way we predicted it to happen. This was really Thijs never managing to get one of his signature cards online that, like we say, bursts out the mid game. Not getting the Conquistador, not getting the Monument in time. So this game could have been completely different.
I think that basically just needed to hit something good.
Yeah.
He had, stalled the game enough to get into a control position, but then didn't get the cards he needed.
Yeah, and Ruben
Tries to
kept
do
drawing pretty high pressure cards. The
Yeah.
Sky Skiff was a very relevant card in this entire story.
Even considering, that we both would have attacked more aggressively with that card.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Ambient Craps, and enjoy your day.
Okay, always nice to have another follower. There are going to be a few innovations and updates coming in the near future. So also check out the YouTube channel. It's somewhere in the description.
It's on YouTube. Just YouTube channel, and you'll find it.
Wait, what? Off to work.
It's a different time zone.
Still, it's noon for him.
I don't know. What's the time in Kentucky?
Kentucky is, I think,
mean,
minus
this is like-
9 or minus 10 hours. It's still noon for him.
Well, maybe he has a fun job.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah. You
Well,
don't?
what?
Well,
I don't work at all. I just do my hobby and get paid for it.
yeah, somehow.
Ding. Okay, so neither player went back to their sideboards, if I noticed correctly, but I got distracted by awesome tiny pancakes.
Yeah. I don't think they sideboard much now.
So Thijs has impeccable timings main deck then, because he only
No, I
boarded
think
in one.
Really?
Yeah, he showed what he boarded in. I might have missed the extra ones, but that hand is Monument, Angel of Invention. Yeah, that's a really iffy hand. But if it pans out, it's bonkers.
I mean, I think the reason you want to keep this is because you have the rares, and the odds of drawing decent commons and uncommons are relatively big.
Yeah, Thijs is keeping this.
Also, because he's on the play, he probably assumes that he has enough time to get his Monument engine going.
Yeah. So he really needs. Imagine him drawing double aviary mechanic in the next 4 turns.
It would be brutal.
Yeah. It just eats him. So
And Ruben is taking a mulligan to 6. I also don't think that Black-Red has very decent artifact removal in this format.
a braid. A braid is pretty decent.
Does he play it?
But it's an uncommon. And this
Yeah.
deck is quite pinched on their uncommons. I already see he's playing the Fanatic, the Haste Equipper. That's kind of that flex slot where a braid would have been.
Yeah.
Because your wild fast engineers, your unlicensed disintegrations.
A braid is really something that you want in a control deck. In an aggro deck, you just take the common burn slot because you need your uncommon slots for.
Yeah, perhaps. He drew an aviary mechanic. And he kept it in his hand, so he's playing on
Ladies and
recycling.
gentlemen, this is how we know that there is no god. You heard it here first.
Yeah, he's gonna draw the second one within the next 2.
That's a Scrap Heap's Conjurer.
Kunnen wij
Well, Thijs not really feeling any pressure here. So yeah, this is allowing Thijs to just go for maximum burst because the angel is gonna come down now.
Yeah. And then this is just to token.
And then play the aviary mechanic, bounce it, replay it because he has infinite lands. Yeah, this is. I don't want to say it's over already, but this is looking really bad.
I mean, or he could even just now make a bunch of tokens. Like next time, play the angel, make all the tokens bigger.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if Ruben does not have instant removal for this, it's over.
Go, guys! Oh shit! Oh, I can do it. I can knock down.
Doesn't that card cost? Oh yeah, and it's one cheaper, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you forget how good the monument is.
Yeah. Yeah, it does two things.
Oh, is he look?
And Ruben also missing a land drop.
Yeah. Oh, so that means he does not have the mana even for an unlicensed disintegration, which I think he's holding.
It's either that or Belfast Engineer.
He could be holding 4 engineers as well, yes, but yeah, no, this is gonna be attack, bounce, replay.
Yeah, this is brutal. Oh. Skyskiff. Yeah, there's nothing really exciting I can say about Skyskiff at this point.
It's
I mean, he's stuck on 2 and he's basically assembling one of the best synergy combos in his deck.
yes. Is there even another line?
We just swing with everything and
But no, then you lose your angel to a sky skiff.
what's the power toughness on the angel?
2-1.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, then you know everything but the angel.
Yes. Well, I don't think that's necessary because he loses 2 tokens for nothing then. No, just 1. But
Just one.
yeah, that gets bounced, that gets replaced. Pocket army. Playing field is no longer big enough for this.
Was dat net first person, denk ik? Kan dat? Deze first person. Ja, ik zeg, Ga jij zelf lopen? Ik zeg enkel mijn handen. Ah, ik was niet meer.
And still not land for Ruben.
Yeah,
So
and there is the scoop phase. Okay.
So we're pretty sure that there's one. Do you want me to verify that?